Good morning student. I Purnima welcome you to my class, and today I am going to tell you the children about the chapter The Proposal. It is the last lesson, chapter number 11 of your literary reader, and children, it is the writer of this lesson is Anton Chekhov. So who is the writer? Anton Anton Chekhov. So this is the name of the writer. Okay, and Anton Chekhov was a great playwright and story writer. He was born on 29th January 1860 in a village in southern Russia. Anton Chekhov was a great playwright and story writer. He was born on 29 January 1860 in a village in southern Russia. His father ran a grocery store. His mother, Eugenia, was an excellent storyteller. Chekhov was an established physician. He is considered to be among the greatest writers of short story in the world. Chekhov once said, "Medicine is my lawful wife and literature is my mistress." So what did he say? Medicine is my lawful wife and literature is my mistress. So Anton Chekhov, he was a great playwright and story writing. And when he was born 29 January in 1860 in a village in southern Russia. Now children, I will be telling you about this story. Okay, and we are having I've divided the whole chapter into 7 points, and I will be explaining you all the lesson point wise. Uh, So my first point is Leonor's arrival with a proposal of marriage. Okay, Chopo is sitting in his drawing room, and Lomo, a wealthy neighbor of Chopko. So there are two persons here is there. One is Chubukov. It's a Russian name, Chubukov. Chubukov is sitting in his drawing room, and Lomo is a wealthy neighbor of Chubukov, and he comes to his house. He arrives to his house. He is wearing a dress. Is wearing a beautiful dress and a jacket with white gloves. Chopko welcomes him. He wonders why Lamo, in his formal evening dress, came to his house. He wonders why Lomo, in his formal evening dress, came to his house. Lomko says that he has come to trouble Chopko with a request. And when Chopko wanted to know what it was, he was told that, and children Chopko become very curious also that why he came, what type of request he want. He thinks that perhaps Lomo has come to borrow money. No children, he thought that Lomo has come to borrow money because Chopko was very rich. He is in no mood to help him, and he decided in his mind that he will not help him. Even if he want to have money, okay, he will not help him. Lomo is excited. He fails to come to the point. Chopko asks him not to beat about the bush. Now children, Lomo, he is in no mood to help him. So children, at first Chapko decided that he will not help him. But then Lomo is very excited. He fails to come to the point. Chapko asks him not to beat about the bush. He should come to the point first. Lomo at last tell him the purpose of his visit. He tells that he has come to ask the hand of Chapko's daughter, Natalia. So children, Natalia is a daughter of Chapko. He came with a proposal. He want to marry her, and so he came to his father with a proposal. Chapko is extremely happy. He embraces and kisses Lomo. Chapko is very excited when he hears this, and he comes and he kisses Lomo. He tells that it has been his long desire to see Lomo and Natalia married together. Now children, he tell also that it was his wish also that Lomo and Chapko should get married. He tells Lomo at last tells him the purpose of his visit. Finally, children, he tells that he has come to ask the hand of Chapko's daughter, Natalia. Her full name was Natalia Stepanovna. Stepanova. Chapko is extremely happy. He embraces and kisses Lomo. He tells that it has been his long desire to see Lomo and Natalia married together. Chapko assured Lomo that Natalia too will give her consent. She is in love. She is like a love-sick cat. So Chapko children assures Lomo that she will marry him. She will be giving her consent soon, and she is in love. She is like a love-sick cat. Lomo and Natalia left alone. Now, Lomo and Natalia left alone. So it was children, and finally he left his daughter and Lomo alone. Okay. Chapko goes out. Lomo and Natalia are left alone. Lomo feels very cold and starts trembling. He hesitates and can't start any meaningful conversation with Natalia. Now he's not able. He's become so nervous when he's left alone with Natalia. He could not talk with her. He realizes that Natalia is a good housekeeper. She is good looking and educated. Now he realizes she is a good housekeeper and she is good looking and educated. He is 35 years old. It is a critical age. He wants to lead a regular and peaceful married life. So he wants to lead a regular and peaceful married life. Lomo is very excited. He is easily upset. His lips tremble. He jumps up like lunatic. So finally, children, he realizes that Natalia is a good housekeeper. She is good looking as well as educated. He is 35 years old. It is a critical age. He wants to lead a regular and peaceful married life. Lomo is very excited. He is easily upset. His lips tremble. He jumps up like a lunatic. Quarrel over oxen meadow. Now this is the third point and a very important point. Quarrel over oxen meadows. Lamau tells her that he has the privilege of knowing his family. The Lomo and the Chopkos have always had the most friendly relation. Now Lomo tell Natalia that he has the privilege of knowing her family. The Lomo and the Chupkos have always had the most friendly relations. He tells that his oxen meadows touches her birch wood. He tells her that he was having a meadow, and that meadow name was Oxen, and which touched her birch woods. Natalia contests it. She says that Oxen meadows belong to them. And children, Natalia started fighting. She tells that it is that Oxen meadow belongs to them only. Lanao said that she is mistaken. Lanao told that no, it's not that. You are mistaken, Natalia. It belongs to us. She can see the document. And he told that if she wanted, she could see the document also which he had. Natalia opposes Lomao and claims that Oxen meadows belong to them. The land is not worth more than 300 rubles. And she is telling that the land is not worth more than 300 rubles, but it is unfair to say that it belongs to Lomao. He is telling, but it is not fair to say that it belongs to Lomao. Lamo is ready to provide the documents to prove his print. Lamo says that he is acting on principle. If she likes, he will make her a present of Oxen meadow. Not Lamo. He tells that she should not fight, and if she is getting married to him, and if she like, he will make her a present of Oxen meadow to her. Natalia opposes it by saying that this land belongs to her, so you cannot present this thing to me. Lamo is only a land grabber. She started telling that he is a land grabber. She threatens to send her mowers that very day. Lamo threatens to beat them away. Now she threatens to send her mowers that very day, and Rathod told her that if the mowers will come without his permission, he would beat them away. Then they start shouting loudly at each other. Lamau palpitations quickens. So children, he is having some nervous problem. His palpitations quickens. Chupko adds fuel to the fire. Now my point, Chupko adds fuel to the fire. So children, what Chupko do? He added fuel to the fire. Chupko enters and side with his daughter. So when loud shouting was heard by Chupko, he came and he took a side by his daughter. He claims that the meadow belongs to them. He is ready to give the meadows to the peasant then at him. So he claimed that the meadow belongs to them. He is ready to give the meadow to the peasants then to him. So he told that meadow belongs to them, okay, and he is ready to give those meadow to the peasant then to him. Natalia asked her father to send the mowers. Leonor threatens to go to the court, so Natalia tells his father to send the mowers to that land, and here Lombo, he is very upset. He tells Latanya that he would have to go to the court. Lamo accuses Chupko's grandfather of doing embezzlement. So Lamo accuses Chupko's grandfather of doing embezzlement. Chupko accuses Lamao's grandfather of being a drunkard. Her aunt Mithulovna ran away with an architect. His grandfather was also a gambler. Well, Natalia knows of the marriage proposal. So now the fight has started, and Chupko added fuel to the fire. And instead of children, what to say, the matter was becoming more worse. Now Natalia knows of the marriage proposal. Lomo is excited, his heart aches, his feet numbs. Now children, now when he is very excited, he worst thing happens to him. His heart aches, his feet numbs. Chupko calls Lomo malicious, double-faced intriguer. Natalia is surprised when Chupko tells her that Lomo has come with a proposal of marriage. She blames her father of not telling it before. Now children, when his father told that he came with a proposal, she blames her father why he did not tell her. She starts shouting, "Bring him back." Chupko is surprised at this change in her. She threatens her father that she will die if Lomo is not back. And children, here the whole thing has changed. Natalia is telling that she will die if her Lomo is not brought back. Now, well, children, now the next point is Lomo enters and picks up another quarrel. Lomo enters, his heart is palpitating awfully, his feet have gone to sleep. Chupko asks Lomo to forgive them. He accepts that Oxen Meadows belongs to him. They were in the wrong. Then they start quarreling over their dogs, Squeeze and Guess. Natalia calls Squeezer a thoroughbred animal. Lomo said that his dog Guess is better than Squeezer. Chupko enters again. Natalia asks her father to tell Lomo that his dog Guess is far inferior to her dog Squeeze. Chupko taunts Lomo that he is always suffering from palpitations. He can't be a good hunter. They start quarreling again. Lomo calls Chupko an intriguer. Chupko retorts and calls him pup. Lomo calls him old rat Jesuit. Lomo falls into armchair. Now children, Lomo can't bear all those fights and bad words. So Lomo falls into armchair. Okay. Lomo has always some problem with his body. He is overexcited. He falls into an armchair. He wants a doctor to be called at once. Natalia start crying for Lamau, and he wants a doctor to be called at once. Natalia start crying that Lamau is dead. Choco is alarmed. He lifts a tumbler of water to Lamau's mouth. Lamau doesn't drink the water. Chupko threatens to cut his throat with a knife or shoot himself with a pistol. Chupko doesn't want to miss the opportunity. He asks, hurry up and get married. He wants Lamau and Natal to leave him in peace. He is ready to give them his blessing. Natalia feels happy to find Lamau is still alive. She is very happy because she really wants to marry him. Chupko asks her to kiss Lamau at once. Lamau and Natalia kiss each other. He feels relieved. Natalia and Lamau again start quarreling over Oxen Meadows and their dog Squeezer and Guess, so they begin their married life with a new quarrel. Okay. So children, here the two important characters are Natalia and Lamau. So Natalia is a talkative and short-tempered. She is very much concerned about her family's honor and land. She is argumentative also. She argues with Lamau about the ownership of Oxen Meadows and the superiority of her dog Squeeze. She is very keen to get married. Stephen Stepnovich Chupkov. So his full name is Stephen Stepnovich Chupkov. Stephen Chupkov is a landowner. He has a helping nature towards Lamau. He loves his daughter and plays a role of a good father. He is in a search for a good match for his daughter. He is a good selection of words. He called Lamau my angel, treasure, etc. This shows his cunningness. When Chupko finds Lamau fighting with Natalia, he immediately changes and starts to support his daughter. He uses many ill words for Lamau and tells him to leave his house. So children, this is a children about the beautiful story and about a neighbor where they wanted to have relationship and at the same time they are fighting. Okay. So children, I would like to tell you the important point once again. Okay, and then yes, I would like to tell you about now the theme of the story. Okay, so what is the theme of the story? Now, the proposal is a one-act play. So first of all, it is a one-act play. It is a piece written by farce written by Anton Chekhov in 1888 to 89. The play is about the tendency of wealthy families to seek matrimonial ties. The real purpose is to increase their estates and landed properties. Ivan Lamau was a wealthy neighbor of another wealthy farmer, Stephen Chupko. Lamau come to seek the hand of Chupko's 25-year-old daughter, Natalia. Lamau, Chupko and Natalia, all three are quarrelsome people. They quarrel over petty or small issues. Each one of them has a claim over a particular piece of land. They also quarrel over their dogs. Amidst their quarreling, they completely forget the real issue, the marriage proposal. But good sense prevails in the end. Economic good sense ensures that the proposal is made. Chupko doesn't want to miss the opportunity. He put his daughter's hand into Lamau's hand. He doesn't waste any time and blessing them. However, old habits die hard. The newly married couple start their married life with a fresh quarrel. So this is the theme of the children chapter, the proposal. And so you have to go and do the thorough reading. Okay. So children, what is the justify the title of the play, the proposal, or you can, this can also be asked, what is the message of the proposal. So Anton Chekhov has aptly titled the play The Proposal. The title justifies the main theme, the marriage of Natalia and Lomov. No doubts both Lomov and Natalia want to be life partner. However, unnecessary quarrels over oxen meadows and their dogs, Squeezer and Guess temporarily spoil their game. The message is very clear. The main issue must not be clouded and lost sight of by indulging in unnecessary and unavoidable quarrel. So children, we should know about the main issue. It should not be sided, and rather children, we should pay attention on the main theme or the main thing. Okay. The main issue must not be clouded and lost sight by indulging in unnecessary and unavoidable quarrel. So children, this is the theme. Okay. And title, we have to justify the title also. So Anton Chekhov has aptly and logically titled his one-act play The Proposal. The title justifies the theme and the subject of the play. The whole story revolves around Lomov's marriage proposal to Chupkov's daughter, Natalia. The play ends with Chupkov asking Natalia to hurry up and get married immediately. Natalia seals the proposal by kissing and embarrassing Lomov. Chupkov willingly and happily blessing the couple. So in the beginning, Chupkov blessed the couple. The play begins with the visit of Lomov to Chupkov's house. The moment Chupkov comes to know that Lomov has come with a proposal of marriage, he becomes extremely happy. Lomov is genuinely interested in marrying Natalia. He thinks that she is a good housekeeper, educated, and not bad looking. He sees in Natalia an ideal wife who can help him in leading a peaceful and regular life. Natalia herself, being a lovesick cat, sees in Lomov a suitable life partner for her. The moment she comes to know that Lomov has come with a marriage proposal, she blames her father for not telling it before. She threatens to die if Lomov is not brought back immediately. No doubt there are quarrels and disputes over the ownership of oxen meadows and on the superiority of their dogs. Abuses and insults are freely traded. But this farce can't hide the real intention of the main characters. The play ends with Natalia kissing and embarrassing Lomov and Chupkov blessing the newly married couple. What are the main points of controversy over the ownership of oxen meadows between Chupkov and Lomov? How and why does Natalia jump into the quarrel? So, this is the whole story is like that only. The ownership of oxen meadow is claimed by both the families, the Lomov and the Chupkovs. It becomes a bone of contention between them. Lomov claims that his oxen meadow touched the birchwood of Chupkov. Natalia contests the claim. She claims that they belong to them. Lomov explained that his aunt grandmother gave the free use of the meadow to the peasant of the Chupkovs. In return, they were to make bricks for the Lomovs. Natalia claims that their land extends to burnt marsh. Hence, oxen meadows belong to them. They have had the land for 300 years. Lomov is ready to present the necessary documents to prove his ownership over the meadows. Natalia threatens to send her mowers to the meadows. Chupkov comes in and jumps into the quarrel. He sides with his daughter. Lomov threatens to go to the court There is a free exchange of abuse and insult. Chupko calls Lomo grandfather a drunkard. Lomo calls Chupko mother bump-backed. Natalia calls Chupko mother's hump-backed. Natalia calls Lomo dishonest, rascal, and mean. So these were the words used by Natalia. Chupko calls Lamo a villain and scarecrow. The dispute ends when Natalia comes to know about the marriage proposal. She surrendered her claims and accepted the meadows belongs to Lamo. And finally, there is a happy ending. So, children, with this, I concluded my lesson. Also, I concluded my video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.